Hey guys, I'm here to show you how to teach yourself how to program, how to use JavaScript to create web applications. I'm going to show you the path that I got started on, which was to become a front-end web developer, UI developer. And from there, once you learn this stuff, especially once you learn JavaScript, you can extend that into doing the back end and becoming a full stack developer. So I'm just going to show you how I got started real quick so that you can get started right away. It's really not that hard. I know you can do it. You just got to be persistent. It should only take a couple months. You'll know how to make your own web applications, and you just got to start building projects, and then you can use that to get jobs. You could get a corporate job like I did. I got a corporate job within about 3 months of starting to learn programming. And you could also just do freelancing, or you could do, you could create, if you have an idea for your own web application, you can create it with what I'm about to show you. So let's get started. This is actually where I got started, was on W3 Schools. This is a pretty good little website, especially for beginners. So I think this is a good place for you to start. This is where I started. It goes through basically the process of creating a web application, starting with HTML, that's hypertext markup language. That should only take you, 1 or 2 days, if that, to get the basics and know how to put together the elements for a web application. So here's an example. And the great thing about W3 Schools, see, if you click on this, learn HTML, it's going to have all of these lessons here that you can go through. And it's going to have exercises down here for try it yourself. So when you see a button, click on try it yourself. It's going to open a new tab, and then you can experiment, or go through the exercise that they're prescribing. So for example, we're going to change this H1 tag to an H2 tag, and click run, and it changed the size of the header text there. This is a heading, and you can change this to hello world, click run, and that's gonna update. So it's very easy to use and understand. There's a bunch of HTML examples. So again, I only spent, I think, 1 or 2 days studying HTML, and then you can move on to CSS just to get the basics. Spend like a day or two going through these. The most important thing, once you get through the basics for CSS, I think, is learning the grid system. So yeah, here's CSS responsive, grid view. This is something that you should spend your time understanding, how the columns work, how widths work, what it means to be responsive. So basically what that means is that it's going to respond to, you see how there is a menu on the side here that disappears, but then if you widen it, it responds by expanding it. So it's responsive CSS. CSS is cascading style sheet. So that's the next thing you should work on. I only studied that, I think, for 1 or 2 days, including learning the grid system, grid view. Next thing you're going to spend most of your time on is JavaScript. So JavaScript, I think I just studied basic JavaScript for only about, a week. You have to learn about variables, operators, arithmetic, assignment, data types. This is all basic stuff. I mean, once you get past, what objects are, dot notation. See, this is dot notation. See how there's a dot in between the name of the object and the name of the property. So the name here of the object is car, and then the name of the property is name. So the value for that property in that object, in this instance, is fiat, right? So again, like, see, real basic, simple, easy stuff. Then you're going to need to learn about strings, arrays, array methods, string methods. There's a lot to learn. You can spend a lot of time on this. I think I spent less than a week before I moved on to the well, for me, the next thing that I learned was jQuery, but we're going to skip that. It's kind of outdated. I think I ended up spending a week on that, and I even did a little jQuery project, but it's not really that useful, or I haven't used it. I mean, I've been a professional web developer for 10 years now, and I don't think I've ever used jQuery in a professional setting. It was just something I learned when I first started. So after you learn the basics of JavaScript, I think you should study a framework. The framework that I studied, that I learned, was Angular, AngularJS. And I think they even have it here on W3 Schools. Let me see. Yeah, AngularJS. So this stuff's pretty old now. Well, I mean, now the latest Angular here, I'll show you the latest Angular. I think it's up to like Angular 8. Something like that. Let's see, Angular 8 or 9. Here's Angular. So the latest Angular version is, what does it even tell you? Features, docs. Let's see. I don't know. I don't even know. Oh, stable 11. Are they on version 11 already? So I guess Angular is really I mean, the last Angular version I remember using at all, I think, was Angular 7, or maybe I used Angular 8. I can't even remember. But yeah, it's so Angular is a framework, basically. Yeah, it teaches you how to try it here, getting started, adding navigation, managing data using forms. That's really important. Forms is something you're going to spend a lot of time on, probably. I'm guessing I have, but I mean, I've mostly been working corporate the past years. So when I first got started, though, anyways, I only spent, I think, 2 weeks studying Angular before I built my first project. But actually what I would recommend for you, if you're just getting started, is to learn React. That's what I use now, and that's the most in-demand framework. Wait, where is it? Yeah, here it is, React. Oh, and there's jQuery too. They still have a jQuery tutorial. So here's a React tutorial. Start learning React now, learning by examples. What is React? It's a library created by Facebook. React is a tool for building UI components. So yeah, React is, I think, by far the most popular front-end framework right now. And it's worth spending your time on, and it's worth building a project, because if you can build a project, a demo project using React, you can get a job. I think that this is definitely something that you should study and learn about. React state, creating the state object. Yeah, I mean, if you're a beginner, I'm not going to get into this and try to explain it to you, because you still need to get through the basics, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. But these are all, that's basically what I did. I just wanted to walk you real quick through what I did. So basically I studied HTML for 1 or 2 days. I studied CSS for a couple of days. I studied JavaScript, just the basics, I think, for less than a week. Then, like I said, I did some jQuery, but you don't need to do that. I studied a framework, which was Angular at the time, but now I'm recommending that you study React, spend at least a couple weeks on that, and then just start building projects. This guy, his name is Rafe Kaze, and he's got a YouTube channel, and he's got a lot of great demo projects that you can follow along with here. Oh, I didn't even know I'm not subscribed. I'm going to subscribe. So here, I'm going to show you what you can do once you get through your first month or two of self-study. You can go to Clever Programmer playlists, and I highly recommend following this guy. He's really great, really good guy, really helpful, really friendly. And then look, you can build app clones with React.js. So this is what I would suggest, is once you've got all the basics down, come through here and look, you could build a TikTok clone, a Spotify clone. Then, you build out just one or two of these projects. I mean, the more the better, right? But if you just build out one of these projects, you could probably get a job with just one. But at least then, you'd be able to get through an interview, I think. Um, anyways, that's basically what I did, is studied off of W3 schools for, I think a month and a half. And then I spent a couple weeks building out a project. So you can go here and build out a project with React, and look at these videos. He takes you from start to finish in just, 3 hours, 4 hours. So then you can build your first project and then start applying for jobs, or get some freelance jobs. Um, and he can help you, or I can help you. I mean, there's lots of people out there who can help you to get through an interview, and get a job, or accomplish your goal of creating your own web application. So I think this is a really good path for anybody who's just getting started to follow. And if you need more help than that, you can reach out to me, and I'll do the best I can to help you. I'm Grateful Programmer, and this has been the very simple blueprint to self-study and learning how to become a front-end web developer. Please subscribe, please like, please share. And I'm very thankful for you being here. I'll see you next time.